month really had no business with these like fantastic picks for this month. How could I choose? Hey book besties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing my July book of the month. And let me tell you, I ordered quite a few. I could have ordered more. The picks this month were so freaking good. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around for more book content. I love sharing my unboxing videos like this one, book reviews, reading recommendations, all the fun bookish things, so make sure you're following along. So when like Book of the Month came out with their picks for this month, I was a little bit overwhelmed because there were so many that I wanted. And it was really, really hard to choose. I've like told myself that I wasn't going to do any add-ons. I had like one extra credit and then I was gonna use that, but like max, like I didn't want to do any extra books. But I couldn't decide because there were just so many good ones. So I ended up choosing 3. So let's see what we got. For my monthly pick, I chose Pretty Dead Things. This is by Kelsey Cox. I think this is her second book. I read her first book, which was Party of Liars, something like that. And it was so good. I really enjoyed that one. And this one sounds so good. I cannot wait to read it. It's got like dual timelines, which I love in a thriller. And plus the cover is just so pretty. It's also not very long. And I think her first book was like that too. So I am very excited to read this one. And then I did 2 add-ons. I got The Great Wherever. This is a historical fiction book that's got like, I don't know if I want to say like magical realism, but like sort of paranormal elements to it. It's about this woman who inherits a house from her, I think her father, after he passes away. And there are ghosts haunting the land. It sounds really, really intriguing. And I will say that this is set in Tennessee. I live in Tennessee and I love reading books set where I live or a place that I know. So this is going to be very exciting. Also another absolutely stunning cover. And then for my last add-on, I got The Mashup. This sounds so good. And I'll be honest, like when I first saw people talking about this, I was like, I don't know if I would like that. But after I heard more about it and after I've heard all of these amazing reviews for it, I knew I had to pick it up, especially as a 90s kid, because what happens in this story, it's like magical realism, like romance. And this woman, like, I think what does she do? She makes a wish and ends up in a MASH game from when she was a kid. Like, what? I loved playing MASH as a kid, so this is just so crazy. I'm very excited to like read this one. Like I said, I've heard such good things, so we will see. And it's also not very long. Now there was another book that I very almost got. Like I almost got 4 books in this order. I'll show you which one it is. It's In Stormy Weather, which is like a romance. I think they're like storm hunters or something like that. And I already knew I wanted to read this one because I've seen one of my friends had read it as an ARC, and the way she was talking about it, I knew it was a book that I liked. So I like put it on my list that I wanted to read it when it came out. And when it was a book of the month pick, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I need to add it. But I was like, I don't know if I want it in a hardback. I think I want a paperback of this book because a lot of times I prefer like romances like this in a paperback. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I wanted. Plus, I'm actually meeting this author at an event later this month, and I figured it's probably going to be easier to be carrying around a paperback than it is a hardcover because most of the books that I'm bringing with me to sign by other authors are paperback. So I thought, well, that'll be easy. So I ended up just pre-ordering this one instead of getting it in my book of the month box. But I will say that like, I kind of wish I got the book of the month only because I saw the author post on Instagram like about like having one of her books chosen as book of the month, and this is her first traditionally published book, and it's a book of the month pick, which is very exciting. She has a huge like back catalog of like other books that she's written too, but she was saying that she kind of got started reading because of book of the month. She mentioned how she was like wanting to start reading and she kind of started a little bit, and she had heard about a subscription service that you could sign up for, and it was like in 2021. So she picked her first book and it was People Meet on Vacation, and it sort of launched her wanting to write. I feel like that is so cool. And I like was like, well, maybe I should have gotten the book of the month because that would have been so cool to have her sign that after, you know, hearing that story. So anyway, that's not what's happening, but that is perfectly fine because I still get to meet her. I will have the paperback and have her sign it, and it'll just be so fun. I'm hoping to read it too before I go to the event, so we will see if I can like fit it in. So yes, very exciting picks. I love Book of the Month. It is my favorite subscription service, and I've like kind of thought about trying other ones, and I've tried other ones before, but what I like about Book of the Month is you can choose books from their picks. Other like subscription services, a lot of the times it's like you I don't know, they give you like a single book for that month. And I did that with Illumicrate, I think it was, and I think I did it for 4 months, and 2 of those months were books that like I just had no interest in. So that's why I canceled it. But with Book of the Month, I like that I can pick the books I want, which is great. And a lot of times it's books that I already know I want to read, or books that I haven't heard about that are really intriguing. I love it so much. So if you're thinking about getting a book subscription service, I highly recommend Book of the Month. And I do have a code where you can get your first box for just $5. I'll link that in the description box below. And right now they're also running their hat promotion, which I love. Their hats are so cute. I have 4, I think. I think I have like all the ones that they carry because they're just so cute. So if you're interested in that, like I said, I have the link in the description box, and check that out because I think it's such a fantastic deal. If you are a Book of the Month subscriber, let me know what books you got this month in the comments, and if you had as hard of a time choosing as I did. Thanks for watching, besties. I'll see you next time.